Today we will learn how to perform recrystallization. You'll notice I'm wearing gloves, goggles, flame retardant lab coat, long pants, and finally closed-toed shoes. The glassware you will need is an Erlenmeyer flask with your solvent of choice, an Erlenmeyer with your crude product, tin foil to cover your Erlenmeyer once you have performed your recrystallization, several pipettes, and a pipette bulb for substituting boiling chips as well as transferring your solvent. If you want a hot glove to touch your Erlenmeyer during the recrystallization, a beaker of boiling water, which is on a working heating hot plate, and finally an extension clamp to hold your solvent in your boiling water. First, you'll want to get a beaker filled with DI water and start boiling. Since our water is already boiling, I'll move on to the next step. Move your clamp so it is directly over your beaker of boiling water. Take a pipette and put it into your Erlenmeyer of solvent. Now take your Erlenmeyer of solvent and clamp it into your boiling water. Now take your Erlenmeyer and put in a pipette. Before we put this directly on the hot plate, make sure that you add a little bit of solvent. This ensures that your product or crude material does not decompose upon heating. Now we can place our sample onto our hot plate. Make sure to swirl your flask during this process. Only add enough solvent to dissolve your product. Adding too much material will cause you to lose product. Now we can observe that all of our solvent has allowed for our solid to dissolve. From here, we will wait until our solution is cloudy, which can also now be seen. This indicates the starting formation of crystals. If you don't start to see your solution become cloudy, take your flask and replace it onto the hot plate, like so. Since the solution is getting cloudy, take your flask, immediately set it onto a hard surface, remove your pipette, and cover with aluminum foil. To ensure that the best crystals are formed, do not touch your Erlenmeyer until it has cooled to room temperature. To continue with crystal formation, once the flask is at room temperature, you may add it to an ice bath. For our purpose, you can see how crystals have not started forming. However, once your crystals do form, they will look something like this. Notice there is still liquid, which is your mother liquor. If desired, you may take this liquid and perform multiple recrystallizations to obtain multiple crops of crystals.